Happy guinea pig!
Joe Fix It For You YouTube channel signature dish.
Hi, I'm Alyne. Welcome to my kitchen. And y'all, today, it is that time of the month again. November signature dish. Okay? This signature dish is going to be for Joey at Joe Fix It For You.
That gives new meaning to that phrase.
Yeah. Joey is married to Ginger at Not For Nothing Homestead. And they have 4 children, 3 boys and a girl, Megan. I will not name the boys because they do not have YouTube channels as far as putting out videos and stuff. Megan I will name because she does have a YouTube channel that she puts content out on.
What I call it.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. The dish I'm making for Joey. Let me tell you a little bit about him, what I know of him, what I've seen him. Joey is very active on the homestead that he and Ginger own. Whether it is building pens for the pigs they did raise, or pretty much anything, building their porches, building their home. They live off grid.
Joe's busy all the time, no matter where he's at.
Yeah, he's busy. They live off grid in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and probably about an hour from Piggy and I. And we have been blessed to be invited to their home. Joey works away from home. I know he works a lot in Florida, and I have seen that he does travel for his work to other places.
I think he does his own business of some kind.
Yeah. So, Joey's a busy man, and when he's at home, he also cooks.
And boy, can he.
Yeah. He has some cooking videos on his channel, I know, and he did one last year for the Wild Game November, where he did salmon on a cedar plank on the grill, and oh man, that looks so good.
What are we going to do one this year?
I don't know. I haven't really looked at that list much. I've got to. But the dish I'm going to do for Joey is in honor of the way Piggy and I met him in person. We met them at Thanksgiving. We had been talking through our YouTube channels on live streams and stuff. And Joy and Ginger invited Piggy and I for Thanksgiving last year in 2023. And we went there, and we truly enjoyed the day with them. It was it was Joey, Ginger, and the 3 boys, their daughter-in-law and their grandson, and it was Tiffany and Mr. C, Mud Mascara Homestead. Yeah. And we had a wonderful day. We truly did. So the dish I'm making today is in honor of that and how we met it, and that Joy reached out and invited us. Because I had made the comment last year that Piggy and I had planned on going out to eat for Thanksgiving. I didn't feel like cooking. And so my dish today, it is chicken and dressing waffles with gravy and a cranberry cherry compote. So it's going to be called Cran Cherry Compote. This is something that I would be happy to serve to Joy and Ginger. I made Ginger's meal last month.
I think you get Ginger with that compote thing.
But I truly enjoyed meeting them both. I consider Joey brother of the heart. And this is the dish I have for him because when I think of him, I think of him as a brother, as family. And to me, Thanksgiving is all about family.
And folks, they are just like you see them on their videos.
Yes.
No different. Well, when we went down there, I got to sit in Ginger's chair, I think where she does her lives and stuff. And the moment I sat down, I was perfectly comfortable.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take my chicken out. I have a chicken breast here. I've got 1 chicken breast. Here, Piggy, I'm going to give you that to get rid of it for me.
Well, thank you.
And I'm just going to season my chicken breast. Now, like I said, this is called a chicken and dressing waffles. with gravy and cranberry compote. So I've got my cornbread already cooked for my dressing that I'm going to make up after this. And I did that last night, so when I do the dressing, I will put I-card up for the cornbread. And basically, all I'm going to do on my chicken here is I'm going to put some piggy rub on it and some butter. And I'm going to put it on my pan here. And then I am going to put it in my oven at 375 degrees for about 30 to 45 minutes. Because this, even though my chicken is relatively thawed out, it is still firm and might be a little bit frozen. So I'm going to cook it at a lower temp. I normally would cook it about 400 degrees for about 25 minutes. So I'm going to cook it at 375 for about 35 minutes, 40. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Put the chicken over here on before I season it. And I'm not going to use a lot of seasoning, just enough to sprinkle over the top of it.
You're going to love looking at that pan after it's cooled out later.
Kitties ain't going to get this pan later. The juices off of this pan is going to be used to make my gravy.
Oh.
So any juices that come off of this will be added to some chicken broth to make gravy for my waffles. And you're saying waffles, yes, I'm going to make up a dressing like I would normally make up for Thanksgiving. And I'm going to cook some of it on the waffle iron. I'll get Piggy this.
You'll put it on that, or you won't put it on this?
I'm going to leave it on this one right here.
All right.
And as you can see, I missed a little bit on that back side. You see, it's not a great lot of seasoning, but I found a couple of years ago when I seasoned a chicken with the rub and then made my Thanksgiving dinner with it that way, the gravy was outstanding. I mean, it just had such a wonderful flavor.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what I'm going to do with this, is I am doing my chicken, fix to put it in the oven, and I'm going to let this cook. And once it gets done, I'm going to let it sit and cool for a little bit before I use it. And then I will make my my cran cherry compote and let it sit and cool a little bit. And then I will make my dressing waffles and make up my gravy and have all that ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven.
Oven in the oven.
Now, if y'all have not checked out Joe's channel, Joe Fix It For You, please do so, and I will leave the link, of course. And I'm going to set the timer.
Joe, if you see this, if you ain't planning on doing a wild game this month, maybe consider it, because, man, you did a good one last year.
I've got the timer set, and I'll keep an eye on that throughout. I'll let Piggy put my butter up. And when we come back, I'll be making the cran cherry compote and then the gravy. See you in a few minutes. All right, y'all, we're back to get ready to make the cran cherry compote. So what I'm doing is I've got some frozen pitted cherries. If you want to use fresh cherries, you can. I mean, it's entirely up to you. You can even use canned cherries. I know this thing's open. Let's just get it open. I'll let Piggy deal with that while I open
Continue on.
These are my fresh cranberries.
No, it ain't open.
Is it not?
No.
I didn't know I had two brand new ones. I thought I had one that had some missing out of it. Oh, well. I'll let you open it for me then.
Is there another one in there?
There's a brand new one in there. Anyway, I'm going to measure out a cup of cranberries. And for those of you who don't know what fresh cranberries look like, I put a couple. That's basically what fresh cranberries look like, y'all.
Zoom in on that.
Just a little round red, and they're kind of hard.
Okay.
That's why you want to cook them. Okay. Put that in the refrigerator.
Refrigerator or freezer?
Refrigerator for those. I will be using those again later this month.
I'll put it down one of them drawers.
Yep, that's where they were.
Okay.
And like I said, cup of frozen cherries. Okay, figure that, put back in the freezer. To this, I'm going to add, if I get this open now. Piggy had to open it for me last time. Y'all, I don't know what I'd do without him. I really don't.
See if you can get that.
Oh yeah, that's much easier. I'm putting 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. You can use fresh squeezed or the bottle kind. It's entirely up to you. This is what I have on hand, Joe. Sorry you don't get fresh squeezed lemon juice.
Go buy some fresh lemons and squeeze them.
If you do use fresh lemons, I recommend zesting the lemon and putting the zest of the lemon into the compote.
More flavor.
More flavor. And on top of this, I'm adding 1/4 of a cup of sugar. And yes, I know, y'all, my sugar is low, but I've got sugar in the cabinet. I just haven't put it on there yet. 1/4 cup of sugar. I'll put that up in just a minute. And then on top of that, we will add 2 cups, or about 2.5 cups of water. Roughly. And you'll see that it looks like a lot of water to the fridge. But what I'm going to do is, Piggy's going to put this on the stove eye for me. And it's going to cook down. I'm going to bring it to a good boil. Let it cook at a rolling boil for about 5 minutes or so. And then we're going to cut it down and start letting it reduce until it's about reduced by half or 2/3.
Alright.
Okay. So let Piggy put that on there. And I would say put it on... put the temperature on 300 and be cooked on 3, and we'll cut it down when we need to.
300.
Yeah.
3.
Yep. You're back. Got a kitty cat trying to get up her at me. There we go. All right.
Alright,
So,
done with all this?
done with all this.
Put that up.
And we will see you back here in just a few when we get ready to make the gravy and the dressing up.
You'll see us in the snap.
All right, we're back. The cran cherry compote is done. I almost had a disaster, but we got this. It's done. I tasted it. It tastes good. Now I'm making my gravy, and then I'm going to make my dressing up for my waffles.
Oh, boy.
Okay, for the gravy, I have 2 tablespoons of butter. Let me turn my stove back on.
Tank, do you want me to spray you again?
Okay, I've got 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'll put roughly about maybe 2.5 tablespoons of flour. If you go with this, let me get this put up over here. I have 1.5 cups of chicken broth, and I had the dressings before I baked my chicken earlier. And that chicken was a little bit thicker than I thought it was, and when I cut it open, it was not quite done in the center, so I've put it back in my little oven here, and I've got it finished cooking. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take and I'm going to put this off the chicken in there. It's got all that flavor. And because the rub has salt and pepper in it, I'm not going to put any salt in here. And now I'm going to add chicken broth. You can use chicken stock if you want. I am not making a giblet gravy as I did not have any giblets to sit in it. This is just a chicken gravy.
There's your gravy, Joe.
Let it get a little thick, not a lot thick, but a little thick. And over here to the side, I have the stuff for my dressing. I have my one small pot of cornbread that's broken up in my bowl here. I have my onions and celery that I sauteed, and that is one small onion and about a total of 3 full stalks of celery. And that has been diced up. I have 2 eggs here. I have salt, pepper, poultry seasoning, and sage. And a lot of people add other things to theirs. This is my simple, basic recipe. This is what I've used for years for my dressing. And it makes a very tasty dressing. Now, I have added chopped mushrooms into mine. It makes it very good. You can add garlic pepper, or not garlic pepper, but garlic powder if you would like. That's entirely up to you. Yeah. Smells good. Because of my sinuses, my sniffer's about gone, so I'm having to rely on Piggy to smell for me today.
Done with that?
I'm done with that. I was looking for that. It's not there. This is what I need right here. Set that off to the side right there. When this starts getting thicker, into my gravy. Actually, I'll turn that up just a little bit. So when the gravy gets done, we'll be back to make up the dressing, and I'll have my waffle maker out. That's what it's called.
She'll get it out sooner or later, folks.
Yeah.
All right. That it?
Yeah, for time being.
Be back, folks.
Okay, y'all. Chicken is done. Gravy is done. Cran cherry compote is done. Now it's time to work on the waffles. I have my cornbread. I have my onions and my celery that I'm going to put in here. And I'm going to be flat out honest. I will give an estimation on seasonings for this as far as the dressing goes. But I say if you have a favorite dressing recipe that you like, use it. That's, everybody has their own taste on that. Okay. Now I'm going to add some black pepper. In just a second. And also probably a good 1 to 2 teaspoons, depending on how much you like black pepper. I like black pepper. Piggy likes black pepper, so we use black pepper. And a little bit of salt. I'm not going to add maybe not even a teaspoon of salt, probably about a half teaspoon. I don't use that much salt on it. Poultry seasoning. This I'll probably use about 1 to 2 tablespoons on. And let's see, which one is that? I'll use ground sage. If you don't have ground sage, you can use rub sage. I prefer ground. The other side. And on the sage, again, about 1 to 2 tablespoons, depending on your taste. And I will taste this before I add my egg mixture or my eggs to the mixture. Because I'm very picky about my dressing on how it tastes. Piggy will tell you that. And
She's
in here,
very picky about a lot of things she makes. She likes to make sure it's good to go.
this is I want to say it's a 2-cup container. Yeah, this is 2 pounds. So it's 4 cup. Is that right? 2 pounds is 4 cup.
32 ounce, 2 pound.
2 pounds. So that's 4 cups. And I used 1 1/4 cup in my dressing. A lot of times I will just use the broth from chicken or anything like that to put in here. Sometimes I buy it like I did this time. I like my mixture a little moist. Piggy, if you will hand me a spoon, small spoon, please, so I can taste this.
There's your favorite spoon again.
Okay. A lot of times it might be better to use a warm broth. Mine's not warmed up, but it's got a good flavor. And on this, I'll just say season to your taste, because a lot of people don't like as much sage as I do. Some people don't like the poultry season that I do. So like I said, I'm just telling you, season
Like
to
she
your taste.
always says, make it your own.
Right. It's always best you start out with less and add more if you need it. Because once you add more, it's hard to get it digested. Okay, let you put these up, Piggy.
Same places.
Yeah, they come off the top shelf.
These are top shelf seasonings, huh?
Yeah, I don't use those as much. You would think the ones I use the most would be on top shelf, but not me. I'm going to finish mixing this up. I'm going to mix the chicken in, and then we'll come back and we'll make up the waffles. Okay, get ready to do the waffle. I have a dipper here.
Waffle iron nice and hot.
I'm just going to put 2 good ladles on there. Now, y'all, Piggy and I are going to hack this one because we don't think we need a whole little piece right now.
Right.
So I'm going to give that to Piggy.
Yeah, Joe. Piggy eats like a bird. I remember you saying that down there.
Y'all, please don't forget, check out Joe Fix It For You. Joe, I would love to be able to fix a meal like this for you. I'd like to be able to fix any meal for you and Ginger. It's simply a case of having the wherewithal to do it. But Joe means family to me, and family and Thanksgiving go together. So that's why I'm doing this dinner. It may be a play on Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving to me, it's family, it's comfort, it's special. And I try to do my signature dishes based on how a person makes me feel, what I see in the person or what I see in the channel. And y'all, overall, Joe just makes me feel, he makes me feel like a sister.
Joe's a good man.
He is. And being around he and Ginger and the kids, it gave me a very special feeling. And I hope this conveys how I feel about Joe, just as I hope my video for Ginger conveyed how I felt about her. This is something that I truly, truly hope that they like, because knowing Thanksgiving's coming up, this is something you can do with leftovers. If you have leftover dressing or stuff, whatever you make, you can make waffles out of it and eat it as leftovers. And if you have kids, this is a really good way to get them to eat the dressings. You go ahead and put that over there, Piggy, and I'll put a lid on it, or put a lemon full on it for that.
I bet I can go ahead and do that right now.
This is going to take a few minutes for this to cook through, since it was not cooked. And we'll come back when the waffles are done and we'll get everything plated. All right, y'all, we're back. The waffle is done. Chicken's done. Cran compote is done. Gravy's done. Gravy's a little thin, y'all. But you know what? It's still gravy, like Piggy says.
Gravy is gravy.
So I'm going to let Piggy get me a pick-to-Thor. And then we're going to try this and see how it tastes. It looks good and it smells good. Just hoping it tastes as good as it smells.
I have no doubts.
And I apologize if I sound funny. I've been having problems with sinuses lately, and it just messes me up. Give me that one. There you go, Piggy.
All right.
Give me a small bite of this.
And for the record, folks, what y'all just saw before you and one other item is all that's left to wash.
That dressing was so good, especially with chicken in it. Try by this compote with the dressing. And then I did put gravy on top of the dressing and on top of the chicken.
A little bit of that's supposed to go with it.
It's like cranberry sauce, but it's compote.
Oh. Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Get on that.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Winter chicken dinner.
The compote sets it all out.
Mm-hmm. Joe, I hope you liked the dish I made. I hope you understand how much you mean to Piggy and I. I thank everybody for watching. Again, go check out Joe Fix It For You. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Where's my phone?